I like gardening, so expand, and so we bought this place, which is only one house. Beautiful in the summer and beautiful in the spring, and I love it. There's lots of lawns to mow. It's actually quite a large area. I think altogether we've got something like 6 acres completely, right through Parkbrae from one end to the other. We built the garden up over 27 years, and every probably 10 years we'd buy a new house, a house surrounding our own house, and develop more garden, and it became so big it ended up into accommodation for tourists, which they love, and I had lots of energy to do all the gardening and the tourists, and did everything myself. Parkbrae, we started off with one house, and now there is 6 houses, and I think there's 3 or 4 titles, and every single one of them is rented out, and we've redone all the gardens and renovated all the houses into a standard so they all get a lovely view, and it's beautiful accommodation. People love coming back. This is Tekapo's oldest cottage, Eldori Cottage, which was owned by the last mounted policeman of New Zealand. We've totally restored it into its original condition, and we love it. We're passionate about it. It's the dearest little cottage, and it's all the history's there. This is also another Tekapo's oldest cottages. Was owned by Miss Raymond, the first lawyer in New Zealand. Vivian and her sister Dorothy used to stay here in holidays, and they planted all these trees here. They also had someone that helped them in the garden and with their trees, and it was Kirk Kemp, I think, who's still alive and lives in Timaru. And they built a little room on the back for him to stay in when he came up and worked in the garden for them. We've tried to keep it as original as possible, and planting lots of roses and lavender, and lots of peony roses and bluebells and grape hyacinths, and it looks beautiful most of the year round. The garden Graham enjoys, the part he enjoys is planting the natives and planting the rocks. So we have some beautiful rocks planted here. Unfortunately, the garden's got so big, you can't see a lot of Graham's beautiful rocks because they're buried, but it's been a great landscape plan to do all this, and something we'll treasure forever. And it also brings, we've had a pigeon, we've had a native pigeon, we've had a tui and a bellbird, we've had 2 pukekos, and this is over probably about the last 5 years. So planting all this native bush, which is probably about 15 years old now, has actually attracted birds, that's what we wanted to do. And it's good. We hope they'll end up staying in Tekapo one day. So we'll go on a wee bit further through the garden. This here was only supposed to last probably, well, it's nearly 40 years old. No, not 40, 20 years old now. We were told it would last 10. It's all made it, it's not treated timber. It's starting to rot, but I think the roses and the wisteria and everything that grows over it's holding it together. Thank goodness. And then the other thing Graham wanted was a pond. So we've got a pond that actually needs clean out here. And we did have goldfish. We've even had a trout in there, but it's now gone. But this is all the beautiful bush that we've planted. Probably 15 years old now, 15 to 20 years old now, and it's done so well. Everything's growing beautifully. We've got lots of native frogs that actually keep you awake at night in the summertime, but no, it's doing well. And the other thing is, when we bought these houses, we thought we'll try and make try and help everybody by creating little viewing corridors. So we've sort of changed boundaries around so everyone gets a little view, and planted more native garden to make it more natural and a very beautiful park-like area. That's probably why it's called Parkbrae. this is my new grass here. It's a bit soft, but it's growing. And this is a new garden. And then we go to the tower. I suppose we've had this for about 15 years now. We've reclad it and restored it and put nice balconies on it. Crab apples look beautiful too. The birds love them now. Oh, there's a bird. I think it wasn't a bellbird. One of the main reasons that we actually came down here is my children, I wanted them to have the experience of living on a farm, and you could not buy a lifestyle block anywhere in Tekapo, which is very, very sad. For a country lifestyle, you had to live in town, and we've had chickens, and we've had goats, we've had wild pigs, and we've also had ponies, which I've still got, and I've got a little stable. The Welsh mountains I've loved all my life, and I think now that I'll pass them on to the family, maybe keep one for my grandchildren to ride. But this is my lifestyle block, and it's the only chance I've had of living in the country. Beautiful country to live in, and beautiful place Tekapo, with the snow and the mountains, and being able to have all the things I always wanted in a small town environment. But and I think it's been really great for our children. They really are. They've turned out real country children, and all grown up now. Our part of Mount John is star watching at night, our beautiful little cafe in the daytime, day tours in the daytime. It's just a perfect spot for everyone to go. Everyone loves it. It's up a mountain. Great. Graham's got plenty of work to do from now till forever. I love living up here in the high country, and he loves doing his job, so we'll continue doing that for the rest of our lives. Mount John is absolutely spectacular. I have been to lots of places in the world, and also lots of places in New Zealand, and I don't know where you can get such a beautiful 360 view. Queenstown haven't even got it with their skyline. We've got the whole of Tekapo here from the top of Mount John, so it's beautiful and everybody loves it, and it actually makes you feel good when you come up here. Oh, Tekapo, the Mackenzie, the open spaces, the lake, it's beautiful, and I couldn't ever leave here. We do have the most beautiful sky in the world. The night sky is stunning with the stars. That's very special, and it's made the Tekapo, it's actually put Tekapo on the map now. We're just about there, a destination for people, because it is a beautiful, beautiful place, and we do have beautiful, beautiful night sky. Cafe, which is absolutely buzzing at the moment. The holidays are just hugely busy. The girls in the cafe can hardly keep up. It's really, really fantastic. It's a fabulous view to come and see, and people can go and look in the observatories with a tour guide.
Our current record for coffees is 368 coffees in a day, which we worked out was about 1 a minute. So not everyone orders coffee, but literally none of us have had lunch all day. We have not stopped. Start at 8 o'clock in the morning and you do not stop.
She's run off her feet. She's working so hard. Look at the beautiful apron. You really need an apron like this in the high country.
But they all come for the view and they love it. And they're still coming.
Yeah.
The car park's still full. And we're closing in less than half an hour.
I mean, look at all these people. It's just amazing. The poor staff here just worked off their feet.
It is a really nice experience because of the
we
good
don't know
view.
very often, but it's the 70th birthday party.
Hopefully we can see beautiful stars
We're going
tonight.
up on. When we started here 10 years ago now, we actually started with a stainless steel caravan up on top of Mount John. We started with probably 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 cars a day coming up for coffees. and it got so bad that even Hide stood on down at the drive-in to see how many people we were going to get. He was very, very worried. Well, it's not a worry anymore. Having Hide as our so interested in astronomy, and Graham being the wonderful person he is with people and tourism, we've hopefully made it into a very special place for people to come. Lots of people to come. Mount John has become actually a destination for our town and made our town grow. If we didn't have this for Tekapo, which it belongs to Tekapo, it really does. Mount John belongs to Tekapo. It's a way of making our little township grow into a better place to come to. And there's so much that people want to know about the stars. Most of the people come for the view and hopefully the coffee. Must do in Lake Tekapo, that's wonderful. And are you staying for a couple of nights, or are you going star watching tonight?
Yeah, just one night.
Yeah? And what about, are you going star watching at all at night, if it's a clear night tonight? Yeah, that should be good. We consider ourselves very lucky. It's a beautiful place to come, and I always feel that you come up here and you leave all your troubles behind. It's very, very tranquil and a beautiful place to come to. The only high heels that come up here are probably to the weddings that come up the road. Most of them have, if you look under their wedding dresses, have either sneakers or gumboots on, and usually tights or polyprops or merinos underneath to keep warm, because it's actually, I'm cold, she must be freezing. Everyone that comes here takes either a photo, I think the photographs, they take hundreds and hundreds of photos up here, and it must make more people come to Lake Tekapo because of this at Mount John. That's Balmoral Station. Right,
Big
through
Sheep
there.
Station.
Big Sheep Station. That's Glenmore Station up here this way, and then Godley Peak Station up the top there. It's very uplifting. You come up here and you feel that space, and you just feel, everything's lifted off you. It's a wonderful place to come. It's very, very good for you, I'm sure. Therapeutic is the word. I like lots of space around me, so I'm here for forever. I might be stardust one day. And that's our life here in the high country.